That's how I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. All right. I believe we back like we never left. Can y'all hear me now? Oh, Lord. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Welcome, everybody. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna just be honest, y'all. If y'all were in Lovely T's live earlier today, she was having a lot of problems with StreamYard today, too. So I'm gonna say it's me and Lovely T, okay? Because I was in her live, and so I'm on my phone, y'all, because something's going on with my computer. I don't know what's going on, but it was glitching really bad. There was no sound. Everything was connected. I don't know what the heck was going on. But needless to say, y'all, what's good? What's popping? What's happening? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live reaction video. Welcome back to the break room. I apologize, honey. I apologize. All right. So the audio is going to be a little off because I know a lot of y'all are perfectionists and y'all want everything top tier. Okay. TMR cannot. All right. Lovely T live was definitely lit. I enjoyed her live because she got into some really deep conversations. Other than her covering the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation over there. But she got into some really, really deep conversations. I was listening to her today while I was at work. And again, we can always get into the celebrity and gossip and stuff like that, y'all, but there's real life issues going around. And I know a lot of people like, sis, I just don't want to think about it. I'd rather just laugh and kiki and deal with that later. It just really depends on what type of person you are. But again, y'all, welcome back to the live. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys clock in. Okay, welcome everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Shit, it's damn near Thursday. Okay, but y'all already know what it is. All right. Oh boy, I cannot wait to figure out what the heck could happen. I just didn't have time, you guys, to try to figure out what was going on because I had to get back on here because I know it's getting late and we got a lot to cover. Okay. Yeah, cleaned up my whole downstairs, listened to her today. Yeah, I enjoyed Lovey T. She was on there for a long time too. I didn't get to I think I missed like the last hour of it, but I'm gonna go back and check it. I like to listen to her while I'm working, so I'll go check her out tomorrow and get the last part of it. What's up, everybody? Hey, Vaughn. Hey, DBO. Black and Bougie. Keisha. Cancer. What's good? For real now. New subby. Hey, sis. I sub what I love. I know that's right. Thank you so much, for real now. Thank you so much for being a part of the Two Live crew, being a part of the Break Room Baddies. We definitely appreciate you. Y'all scoot over. Make some room for real. Listening while in the hospital, just gave birth to my little girl. Oh, Shaniqua. Congratulations, mama. Congratulations. Yeah, she had almost 13,000. Oh, really? Wow. That's a lot of people. Congratulations, mama. My little girl. Oh, that is too precious. Well, congratulations. God bless you and your new bundle of joy. God bless your whole entire family, baby. You should have made the live. I'm usually late. What's up, softer side of CC? So y'all, again, we're gonna react to my Jazzy Life video. We're gonna have to react to it through audio, not through visual. I'm gonna put a picture of her on the screen like we've done in the past. Again, y'all forgive your girl, okay? Yeah, she was on live for 2 hours time by phone. Yeah, when you got stuff to talk about, honey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. These lives, like, it can really go. Like, you look up and you be like, oh my God, it's 2 hours. Cause especially if you're a type of person like to run your mouth, you can run your mouth for a long time. What's up, Ken Zombie? You can run your mouth for a very, very long time, So let's get into it, y'all. So before we get into Jasmine's debacle over there, you know what? I'm tired of her. I am so tired of Jasmine. It's like, Jasmine, go sit down, ma'am. Just when you like you just keep dragging it. Just keep dragging it and dragging it. It's like, girl, it's back to school. Have you got that together? I'm like, oh Lord, who called her her imagination, baby? Okay. So apparently Jasmine came live yesterday to say the people over there calling her granny, her post sweet granny, and her daggone mama. Okay, you said I'm tired of hearing her voice, baby. That girl is. I'm just tired of her. She was on live tonight, stuffing her face with some noodles. Was she? What's up, Pearl? Was she? Girl, but we gonna get into it, honey. Jasmine is so draining. Girl, I know that guy over there, Chris, that guy she's dating, I know he just be like, well, I gave her a baby, so hell. But you know what I'm saying? That girl is woo, she's rough, okay? Listening while winding down, getting ready for tomorrow. I know that's right, sis. The Granny Chronicles. Exactly, sis. She's a whole tattletale, and she's tattling to people who could care less. She's exhausted. She is very exhausted. It's like, Jasmine, sis, get you some content. All this, they're harassing my family. They calling my granny. All this stuff, girl, go sit down, Jasmine. Like, you're too old for that stuff. Her and Olivia just be over there bumping heads. Get some good rest tonight. Yes, her and Olivia be over there just bumping heads. It's like, girl, go sit down. We tired of you. If they calling your granny, tell your granny to block the damn number. Tell your granny stop answering calls of numbers that she don't recognize. Tell your granny if the number is not programmed in her phone, don't answer it. Damn. Like, what you want us to do because they calling your granny? Tell your granny block the number. And if it get too bad, tell her change her damn number. At this point, no, he ain't with because he know money involved, girl. Well, quiet as kept, Mrs. Shields. From what Chris stated in the live yesterday, if y'all caught it, he basically said Jasmine ain't making any money. Chris said in the live, Jasmine was referencing being a content creator, right? And Chris said people he was playing the game off to the side of her, and you hear him speaking, and he was kind of muffled, but I heard it. He said people get fascinated with the numbers, her subscriber count. He said, but quiet is kept. He said, but he didn't say quiet is kept. He said, but on the real, y'all mistaken because ain't nobody getting money like that. That was his exact word. I said, well, damn, he just said that Jasmine's broke over there. TMR, she copied the Austin news. They're doing some scams in Austin right now. Baby, they scamming everywhere. Okay. At this point, I would just, if I was Jasmine, just tell your poor sweet granny, if a number come up and it's not programmed in her phone, or if a number comes up and she doesn't recognize it, tell her let it go to the voicemail. If they don't leave a message, it wasn't important. That's how you do that, sis. You don't get on the live stream. They're calling my granny. They're calling my granny. Like, what we supposed to do? Walk around with poster signs saying stop calling Jasmine's granny? Like, girl. You said they broke Kiana over there. She just really needs to leave this tired ass storyline alone. No one with common sense believe that BS. Girl, here's the thing. Jasmine, you've been on this internet for 11 years. I'm pretty sure Granny's not changing her phone number every 6 months. Why are they just now calling your granny, sis? Why are they just now calling your granny? You ain't made no mention in months and months and months of them calling your mama. But now all of a sudden you done popped up with granny. Even if your granny did get a call, like y'all act like scam calls don't happen. They definitely target the elderly when they buy lists. They buy lists of people of their phone numbers to target from the black market. They buy lists. They buy those numbers by the droves. Companies, scammers do that. And coincidentally, your granny number was the one that popped up. First and foremost, who would be calling your granny saying that you in jail and you need some bond money? I'm pretty sure your granny has gotten a jail call in her time or two from her family members. If somebody in jail, the person you always get one free phone call. Why would they call you? Why would the scam be that your loved one is in jail and they need, if anybody, why they didn't use Keyshawn? Why you feel like they used you? If the call, even if it took place. The fact that you even said that was like weird. Oh, you said Jasmine get into obsessive phases where she sticks to a storyline and all her content will be about that. There was school lunches, laundry, CPS is at the door, and the internet is harassing her. Baby, in 2 weeks, she didn't have pizzas delivered to the house. The landlord came over to have a 2-hour conversation with her. CPS came to the house and said, get your ass down to the clinic and take a test before 2 p.m. And now the people calling your granny. Jasmine, if you got that type of bad luck, sis, I'm gonna advise you, every time the brooms hit you, you need to spit on the bristles. That's an old superstition. If the broom hits you, spit on the bristles. Some of y'all young folks may not know nothing about that. But Pearl, you know about that one. Jasmine, if the broom hits you again, spit on the bristles, sis. You got a lot of bad luck over there. You say, I watch another YouTuber whose grandmother got caught up in the same scammer. Yeah, girl. But it was her running to the internet. They're calling my granny, you guys. They're calling my granny. Like, y'all don't do no investigation. Now all of a sudden y'all calling the police for a scam call when no money was transpired. Did your granny send the money, Jasmine? Did she send the money? No. So what you calling the police because she got a crank call? What? Call the police and say what? People out here, it's all kind of crimes going on in the world, especially in the city of Austin. But you saying you filed a police report for crank calls to your granny, but the pizza people coming to your house was no phone calls made of that. So you called the police for the crank calls coming to your granny's house, but the pizza man come to your house and no police will call. Sis, cut it out. There was no crime committed. The granny didn't transfer. She didn't send anybody her money. She didn't give out her debit card, her credit card. So what crime was committed? What the freak was the police supposed to do about a crank call? I said, ooh, Father in heaven. All right, y'all. Let's get into it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and react to this video of this crazy ass girl, Jasmine. I don't give a damn what you say, girl. You are a Looney Tunes over there, ma'am. Like, it's exhausting at this point, Jasmine. It's so exhausting. And somebody said, well, why are you watching it? I mean, why not? At this point, because it's comical. It's comical to talk about this girl, because the thing, Jasmine, in my opinion, she doesn't put very much thought process in her conversation. She just thinks of something or sees something and feel like she needs to run it on her channel. It's like, girl, every time you come on this channel, it's some type of debacle. You still ain't got that camera fixed, Jasmine? Jasmine, why you ain't got that camera fixed yet, sis? Oh, because the 21st ain't here yet? Now, that's a damn shame that you can't get nothing done till the 21st of the month. I thought Chris was helping you over there. Don't you say he worked? Why you got to wait till the 21st to get your camera fixed, ma'am? Isn't that a part of your job? I guarantee you, if Chris get a flat tire, he's not going to wait to payday to get the tire fixed. He's going to go get the tire fixed because that's how he gets to work. So if the camera is a part of how you make money, why are we waiting? And then every time you get on this camera, you complain about your camera. Jasmine, nobody's going to fix your camera, ma'am. You need to fix your camera. You get paid every month from YouTube. Make sure the things that you need in order to perform your duties of your job, you purchase those things. Why don't you have a warranty on your camera? Right, Mom? Like, why you don't have a warranty on the camera, Jasmine? You got 5 kids. Anybody can kick it over, knock it over. You yourself can throw it on the floor. Do you got a warranty on your cell phone? Do you have a, please tell me that you don't have a warranty on your cell phone. Because if you got a warranty on your cell phone, why you don't have a warranty on your camera, ma'am? Cameras are not cheap. They're expensive. You don't got a warranty? You said she need a second income besides YouTube. Baby. She should have been did that, got a new one. Get the current one fixed. After all this, your career is, as you say. Exactly. But Miss Purple, Jasmine been complaining about her camera for a couple of years now. At least 2-3 years she's been complaining about that camera. Now she to the point where she can't nigger rig it anymore. And now she on the internet every video talking about that camera. Since the people are not going, okay? Valerie says she buys Elmo books, stuff for Easter, and a couple Christmas gifts. Valerie says she's not buying you no damn $600-700 camera, ma'am. Okay? You're gonna have to do that yourself. If you have a phone plan, just get an iPad. At this point, I just want to know why she's still in that house. Baby, because the 21st ain't came yet. That's why. 21st ain't here yet. She should have purchased a new camera. What'd you say, Pearl? She should have purchased a new camera during income tax. Right. T-Mar, do you know damn well that she don't got no... What, Auntie Vicky? Why don't she have a warranty on her camera? I'm just saying, at this point, why don't you got a warranty on it? Like, girl, and then... Jazzy, you ain't got no money, ma'am? Chris ain't got any money? Nobody over there got money, but everybody got conversation, but ain't nobody got no coins. I don't get it. Tree said, true content creators have warranty on their electronics. You think so, Trees? Marina said she always broke, not a queen of hustle to me if she begging like Keith Sweat. Make it last forever. I'm sick of her. Jasmine, you're pitiful, ma'am. I don't give a damn what you say, how you say it. Ma'am, you're pitiful. It's damn near embarrassing at this point. Okay? Because you always getting on here half-assed. Proof she don't have no savings. But yes, she got college funds for her kids, but she got to wait till the 21st to get her camera fixed. Okay, girl. Notice she hasn't mentioned anything about Chris. Get her a new one. Baby. She lucky Chris there. Okay? At this point, she lucky he even there. Southside says she's not a hustler. She has one streaming income and beds to make up the rest. Yes, they do. The ones I watch, TMR. Okay, Treat, I'm just saying. Like, since you don't have a warranty on your camera, I'm pretty sure you dropped and broke that camera, a camera, before in your 11 years on the internet. I would have thought the first time you broke or dropped your camera and it broke, I would have thought the next time you bought another one that you would have ensured that you get warranties on stuff like that. It comes in handy, Jasmine, like situations like right now. So I guess apparently she's vlogging on her phone. Well, honey, welcome to the world of YouTube. Peach McIntyre don't even own a camera. Well, I think she said she do have cameras. She do all her editing and vlogging on her damn iPhone. Let's be honest, Jasmine. You're not putting out stellar content that you need 4K over there, ma'am. Everything is in your house. We don't need 4K vision of what's going on in your house. At this point, Jasmine, pick up that iPhone and push play. And if you got to wait to tax time, if you got to wait on 2 checks, August check and September check, you got to take 300 out of August check, 300 out of September's check, and then get it in September. Just do that. Pick up your iPhone and do like everybody else in the world is doing now and logging on your phone, man. It's expensive at the shit. The iPhones cost more than cameras. Okay? What the new iPhone, what, about 1,200, 1,300? Girl, go pick up your iPhone, Jasmine, and vlog on your iPhone, ma'am. You act like you need aerial shots or something. You act like you zooming in on something. Girl, you vlogging in that damn house. You in the kitchen and the living room. That's it. We don't need 4K for that. I said, my God, a camera isn't a major issue. Baby, for her it is. For her it is. If you don't pick up that iPhone and hush your mouth, Jasmine, ma'am, BC said, since the iPhone 1300. Oh, is it? Woo! Remember she got broke mindset, but she can't afford an iPad or a camera. Baby, she ain't got an iPad or a damn camera. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and pick up that phone and push play and keep it pushing. Exactly. 5 years of repetitive home vlogs. She not vlogging anything stellar over there. Exactly. So what you need? A Canon, GoPros. You ain't left the house. What you need all that for? Girl, pick up that iPhone and push play and go and do like everybody else. Edit from your damn phone. If you just want to edit from your computer, take your phone, plug it into your computer, and let the files transfer to your computer. Boom, there you go. And you can edit from your computer from the videos you vlog from your phone. Yeah. You said, but yeah, you're right. I'm fairly new to the sector for about 4 months now. Okay, you okay, but honey, buckle up for real, because it definitely gets rough over here. The iPhone Chronicles, baby. Takesha says, since my stomach hurt. Noon said, I'm hollering. Jasmine needs you as a life coach for that. Baby. Jasmine couldn't be my friend because she would worry me too bad. We wouldn't really fall out, but she would worry me too bad. She would worry me too bad, and she just worried me too bad. Okay, 10 years later, baby. Put what you say, our family, or put the camera down and get a job, baby. You tell Jasmine to get a job, she gonna stop fighting your ass. Jazz don't warm Tasha, baby. DB up. If you say anything to Jasmine about a job, she might start slapping fire out of you. Okay? Jasmine said, I got a job. Don't you worry about it. And since we not, okay? A real editing queen would know what to do. Right, Lady B? Yeah. She said Jazz is too damn clingy, baby. No, her and I. Cause see, Jazz is the type of person you can't tell her anything. I can't stand a person that won't listen. She can't tell her anything. And so she would irritate me. So no, we couldn't be friends. All right. All right, y'all, let's get into this reaction.
Hey, you guys.
Let me know if y'all can hear loud and clear.
You got one too. Hey, you guys. So I just uploaded a vlog if you missed it. And I uploaded a video on my
It's low
as well. But in the mix of that, some stuff that happened and people, it's just a lot. It's a lot. People are calling my grandmother now, my mom, and asking for bond money. Apparently, I'm in jail. My mom freaked out. My grandma freaked out. I told my grandma I would never call her first. If something ever happened, I would never call my grandma. I don't know. I really don't know who the hell I would call. Probably Chris. I don't really know everybody's number by heart, but they're calling them, asking for.
Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me try something else real quick. Give me a moment. Y'all said she nuts. Well, y'all, she said they called her grandmother and said she was in jail. And Jasmine said if she was to call anybody, if she was in jail, her granny wouldn't be the first person to call. Yeah, your mama would. Hold on, you guys. All right. Tell me if you guys can hear it this way.
And it's crazy that we can talk about my number. It's like a think of, I told her, and we're gonna think of it, think of it, information. If anybody else thinks you're looking and you're using information, but you never know what's happening, regarding this information. But yeah, honestly, I think honestly, the local don't think it's something I know.
Okay, you guys. All right. I'm so sorry. I don't. I'm doing the best I can to give y'all this reaction. Um, You guys said it was better the other way. It was on my other phone. So let me do it like that. Personally, I think so too. I think it was better that way too. Um, just give me a moment. Okay. We're gonna do it like that. Hold on.
Nobody knows my grandma number. You know, not like that. I don't think any family member would try and hurt me. I've never had any problems with any family. Our family we have a good like relationship between our family. So I don't think it's someone that person know me. There is, like I said, y'all know I'm not giving people any clout or anything over here, but y'all know there's channels that like to go the extra mile and find my information. Okay. Thank you. Yes, the victim. She said, "Stop doing it." She said, "Get it. Get your car." She said, "If you think you can't be found, think again." But they're not only calling my grandmother. Now let's backtrack. They also called my mother. They also called my mom today.
So wait a minute, Jasmine. They called your mama and your granny coincidentally and asked them the same thing. So two different people asked for bond money for you. So if they called your granny and asked for bond money, what did they call and ask your mama? Thank you, S. Wiseman. No, really, sis. If they called granny for bond money, what did they call your mama and ask for?
And I think my mom, she was trying to call me, and she freaked out because I wasn't answering, but the kids were calling me. Not family, maybe friends or family.
So your mama was calling you and you didn't answer because you was on the phone with the kids. So you can't click over when you on the phone with your kids? Let's be honest, Jasmine. You will quickly tell those kids, hold on. So your mama calling you, more than likely she was calling you more than once, back to back. If your mama was calling you back to back like that, why wouldn't you feel like that was an emergency and click over and answer the phone? Let's continue.
Who don't like you? I mean, this is it. You know, I don't put nothing past anybody. But no. I don't put anything past anybody. Let's just say that. I can't. Especially being that what has been done on the internet, I don't put anything past anybody, but if it say hypothetically it is someone that I could have known or whatever, I just think you would think that, you know, they would be like, I don't want to see this happen to what happened to me. I don't want to see happen to anybody else. Maybe that's just how I think, because personally I would not want this, anything that I go through, I would not want this to happen to anybody that I'm no longer friends with. But it's called common sense. Yeah. Like, why would you say it? and harassing grandmother that don't have nothing to do with YouTube. It's called common sense. Yeah, he's saying like it's called common sense. Why would you harass anyone? Grandmother that has nothing to do with YouTube. My grandma don't get on YouTube. Only time y'all ever seen Mama Joe is if she's like, if it's a family event or whatever, you know, but she's a sweet person. Like, leave her alone.
Jasmine, hush. Okay, your grandma's sweet to you. Okay? Girl, let me tell you something. I believe that her grandmother got a crank call, right? But it had nothing to do with Jasmine. They probably called and tried to get some, because like someone in the chat just said, apparently there's some type of scam going around the city of Austin where they're getting these calls. There was a write-up in the paper about it, right? Jasmine probably was on the phone with her mama and her granny, and they was telling her about it, and Jasmine decided. Now, I don't know why Chris is chiming in on the conversation. To be quite honest with you, Chris probably just believing what Jasmine's saying and not even understanding that Jasmine is making this stuff up. Because nobody called. Here, if y'all notice, she mentioned the whole jail thing one time. Nobody called and asked your granny for bond money to get you out of jail. The jail don't call and ask for money. You got to call and ask for money.
And common sense, no matter if a sweet person, no matter if it's a mean person, it's common sense. Leave that woman alone. She got shit to do, even your mother. She got shit to do with these people. Yeah. He's saying like they don't have my grandma has nothing to do with people. My mom hasn't even posted on YouTube, and I hate this. I'm gonna say this. I hate this that people are so cruel and will do anything to hurt my family. Not hurt me, but hurt everyone around me. They'll do stuff so cruel that, you know, it scares people that want to do content creation as a side job. They don't want to do that anymore because people are trying to harass them and dox them and stuff like that. Like Chris, y'all haven't seen him post any content. You know, I know y'all be asking me like when he gonna start posting, but it's just like I don't want shit to do with people. My attitude's too bad for that shit.
First and foremost, Jasmine, your mama don't do YouTube anymore because it was affecting her job that gives her benefits. That's why your mama don't do YouTube anymore, because they was calling her real job that she's had for many years and get good ass benefits on. Yeah, YouTube don't pay any benefits. Your mama need knee surgery. YouTube's not paying for that. So when your mother weighed her options, she chose her good job with benefits. Now, see, you don't have that option because you don't want to work anywhere. You don't want to do nothing but sit on the camera and complain all daggone day, every day, right? But at the end of the day, Chris is not upset that he can't do YouTube. Jasmine, Chris don't care nothing about YouTube. He never cared anything about YouTube. He used that to get closer to you because he see how much you care about it. If Chris wanted to do YouTube, he could do faceless food cooking videos. He could do cooking videos without putting his face on the camera. He's done many before. Chris don't do YouTube because you don't make him do YouTube. It's not a priority. We should be back. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right, we're back. All right, let me finish this. Let me let Chris say what he got to say.
Yeah, like he's saying he can't even do what he want to do because all the extra stuff like is and I understand it. So that's why I don't like say do it, just ignore it. Not stop doing that here. Not hey mama, not everybody. For example, like he has his own, like my mama has her own job. Everybody has their own job, right? This is my job, so I deal with it because this is how I make my income. No legend alone. This is how I make my income. So if he or my mother have a choice to pick and choose between their jobs and YouTube as a side hustle, they're gonna pick their jobs. So they just I get it why they have not been posting either one of them.
But Jasmine, do you really get it? Do you really get the reason why they picked their main job over as YouTube as a side hustle? So you're saying YouTube is a main hustle for you, but it's a side hustle for them. That's because it's a choice, sis. Doing social media is not mandatory, right? It's a choice to do social media. That's why you can post when you want to. You can go a whole week and not post. YouTube is not going to write you up, sis. At the end of the day, they choose their job because compared to what you experience or from what you or from what you state you experience, they receive less of that at their jobs, and they can go to work for the most part drama free. But you choose to do it because you use the excuse that so you can be there for your kiddos, and maybe that's some of it, but that's not all of it. I mean, anybody watching Jasmine knows that, should know that. That's not all of it. Jasmine likes not having to go work for someone. And here's the thing. If she does not want to go out into the community and work, that's fine. And if you want to continue to do YouTube, that's fine. But the reality is everything that Jasmine is experiencing is what she's been experiencing. Jasmine's been experiencing slight weight harassment since she's been on YouTube, right? So it's nothing new to her. She already knows it. So if you're going to continue to do YouTube, then you kind of have to roll with the punches because again, it's the internet, sis. You can't control people's reactions to you. And I'm not talking about reaction videos. I'm talking about comments and everything else. You can't control that because people will respond to you based on how they feel about whatever you present on the internet. And it's just like, here's my thing. I personally feel like Jasmine is slow, but she's not dumb. But Jasmine's biggest problem is she don't like to listen. That's her biggest problem.
Girl, they said me. They said me. They said my name. I don't know how they got it. Y'all, I don't know how they got anything. I don't know how they got my landlords. I don't know how they got my mama's information. They've been having my mama's phone number. As y'all know, they literally used to call, text, everything. My mama's phone number. Did they have an accent? No accent. Did not have an accent. Because I talked to them. I was on the phone with my mama when she called them the second. I'm just talking about numbers that have like just scam calls. No, I know what those sound like. I know what those sound like. No one close. I don't think it's anyone close to me. No, I do not think, because I don't have any bad.
So wait a minute, sis. You're telling us that you heard the person on the phone calling your granny? So you called them back? How? Because most times those type of scam calls, it doesn't go back to a number. So you're saying you called them back?
Anybody close to me. I don't put them past nobody. Well, I'm saying close to me, like Chris don't care. He's like, I don't put them past anybody, but I think there's no one close to me. Because people want to see you fail. Yeah, they do. It could be a group of people. And they sit up here and look at YouTube and look at your subscriber count, and they think that you're making all these things. They don't know no better.
You hear what Chris said? Chris just said they sitting up here looking at your subscriber count and think that you making all this bank. They just don't know no better. So Chris just told us, sis, you're not making the dough like that, okay? And Chris probably trying to figure out, why are you going through this? It's not like you making a shit ton of money. Chris probably sitting up here like, I could see if you was making, $20,000 a month every month, 12 months out of the year, then I would get it. But the fact that you're Jasmine, in my opinion, on a regular month, she's probably making the money that she could go to a 9 with a college degree, right? More than likely. The only benefit for her is, and Jasmine knows that, but her thing is, I'm making the same type of money that I would make if I went to a job. However, I'm sitting at the house making that money. But in the interim, sis, you're also going through, from what you keep coming on the internet saying, is a lot of harassment. So again, you have to weigh your options. Which is more important?
Yeah, she said, I feel like it's very personal. It's personal. It's personal, but it's like, dang, how can you have so much hatred towards somebody you never met in person? It's so personal, man. They can speak up. They don't hide behind no keyboard or no phone. True. Shit. What you talking about? It's not hard to find, obviously. She said, why don't we take it to the DA office? We've made police reports. It's only so much that they can do. Like I said, like I told them, like y'all heard in my videos, I would hate for it to get to a point to where the next call is, I'm calling y'all saying, y'all need to come get a dead body because somebody's at our house trying to break in or something like that. I would hate that. I don't care what anybody said. I said that to the police officer, the detective. I said all that. I'm not going to hide nothing. I would hate for it because I'm going to protect my family by all means necessary. Wish you well. Thank you. But I'm saying, like, if you at work too, like, if you at work, I have the next step. But if Chris is here, it's like you're gonna have to deal with both. Let us both be here. That's gonna be a big problem.
So you have a job, Jasmine. You're doing something that you feel like could possibly cause you and your family harm. You just mentioned the word death. And you said you even told the police that. When you said to the police that you guys could get a call that me and my kids are in here dead, what do you honestly feel like the police response would be to you? You know what the response would be? Find something safer to do then, ma'am. Okay? If you feel like being on the internet could possibly harm you and your children to the point where you're talking about death, so you think YouTube is worth dying for? You're not concerned? The fact that those thoughts are even crossing your mind, a mother of 5 children, and you want to consider to keep putting yourself in harm's way so you can be able to say, I'm a content creator. I'm a YouTuber. But you have thoughts in your head that somebody may try to come harm you and your family? All right, girl.
The same troll that made up the random ass lie that I'm lipstick pimp. I know, and it's crazy because. Good job.
Yes, you did, Auntie Vicky. No, Jasmine has a very competitive spirit. Okay, but y'all got to remember, she used to be an athlete, and most athletes have very competitive spirit. And in Jasmine's mind, for her to leave YouTube is like her losing. And Jasmine doesn't. She don't like to lose because again, Jasmine in a sense is competing with other people on YouTube. Not, I don't think anyone in particular, but she's competing. She's competing. She watches other people's views and their subscriber count. I mean, I don't know who, but I could just imagine there's probably several people, you know. And Jasmine watches other channels and see how their growth is, and she aspires to have their growth. So again, Jasmine has a very competitive spirit, and her competitive spirit won't allow her to basically retreat from YouTube or social media for that matter, because in her eyes that'll mean she lost. It's not in her eyes. It's not even, let me choose. Do I choose the safety and serenity of my family, or sitting in the house so I can make money? You know, sitting in the house so I can be with my baby because her kids go to school, and so I can make money. Jasmine's choosing the latter, right? And again, I mean, so me personally, she has to deal with the consequences, because if I'm going to start talking about something that I'm doing and I'm fearful that something bad could happen, yeah, I'm not going to keep doing it, especially if I'm having those thoughts.
Because he want to go back out there. Oh, it's fun. I'm surprised he ain't sleepy. He's being goofy.
I wouldn't even if I can bougie.
A computer expert can find them. Like, my thing is, where do you find, it's hard to find people like that. People that are like people that can, computer experts, or people that can work with them computers. How do you find those kind of people? Because like they don't want to be known on social media. It's like, where do you go to, like the dark web or something? They don't want to be known like, oh, I
Jasmine, the police has forensic science, right? The police do. If you needed to find out, if you needed like an IT person that could, configure IP addresses, those are not type flight security jobs, Jasmine. I mean, those, you could probably go on Fiverr and find somebody to do that for you. Like, she over here talking about, where do you go? The black web?
Hijack information and stuff like that. Oh, she says, police have cyber investigators as well. How do you feel about that, then? Cyber investigators. Do you feel like that at this moment that they're doing their job? I don't trust cops. He doesn't even trust the cops. I feel like at this moment, once I let it be known that I'm a content creator and I told you everything, I gave you all information I need to give you. I just feel like the system Chris feels like the system is failing everybody, and I agree. And I'm not just saying police system. I'm saying like the CPS system, because the fact that I had to go and take a drug test it's like, damn, I'm getting beat up behind something that somebody else is saying. You don't have any proof. You don't have any viable source. All you're going by is what somebody anonymously said that we don't know, that I don't even know. My thing is that we should make so much money where they can have security, they can look into something. We can this, being harassed, CPS, he calls 347. Piece of her dominoes, whatever he calls 347. They need to have security to look into that stuff, investigate that, and say, hey, okay, this is beginning to be too much. CPS has no case on it. Every time it's a case being called on, it gets dismissed. So therefore, we need to pay attention to who's the one that's making these false accusations. That's what they need to do. YouTube is bullshit. They sit up here and just sitting on that money, and not so they using bots. Yeah, and it's not right. I feel like it's gonna come down to somebody getting hurt and suing YouTube. That's where I see it. Somebody getting hurt and suing YouTube because YouTube, especially if it's documented and it hasn't been going, it's been going on for so long and YouTube is not doing anything about it. And you know, I get bullied.
Jasmine, ma'am, what is YouTube supposed to do for you? No, really. What is YouTube supposed to do for you because you're being bullied on the internet? You know what YouTube would tell you to do? Get off the internet. You can leave this platform at any time. You signed a contract, but you didn't sign a contract saying that you would be here for the next 25 years. What do you want YouTube to do, sis? This is an optional. This platform is optional. It's not mandatory, right? If you, first and foremost, if you are the one getting, YouTube doesn't represent you, right? YouTube presents a platform for you to upload, right? There's a difference between YouTube and your job. So like if you went to your job and walked in the building and slipped and fell because it was rain outside and they didn't have caution cones and they didn't get maintenance to come clean up that water. And as soon as you hit the building and you slip and fell, your job would be liable because you're on their property and you're on the clock. That's not the same thing with YouTube. YouTube provides a platform for you to create content. YouTube has you sign an agreement that you will follow the guidelines that they put in place. But if you are a person who's experiencing extreme harassment, bullying, and things of that nature, YouTube tells you to call your local law enforcement. YouTube, there's people all over the globe, Jasmine, not the United States, but there's people all over the globe on YouTube. But you want YouTube to serve and protect you? YouTube is not the damn police, ma'am. They cannot serve and protect you. They can put things in place to make your job manageable to perform. But again, if you're afraid for your safety, if you're concerned about the safety of you and your family, and you express that to YouTube, YouTube will advise you to contact an attorney, contact your local authority, or better yet, you can get off this platform and then you won't have that concern anymore. See, if you leave YouTube, that won't be a concern for you. But if something happens to y'all, you're going to sue YouTube and do what? And get what?
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh boy, let's continue.
On all platforms. People message Chris on his platform. People message my mom on other platforms. Like I'm saying on other platforms. Me personally, Stop Legend, I get bullied on all platforms. So, you know, I would have to come for every platform's neck. But because I'm a full-blown YouTube content creator and they leak my information on YouTube, I would come for YouTube. She's doing all she can to do, but if they're not, but you can go have it. Grab it. Yeah. So what? Oh, we want that red car. Oh my God.
I'm just curious, y'all. Stinkabug, all in the background, sounds like he's very irritable. I don't know if he's wet, hungry, tired, whatever. Chris sees that Jasmine is on a live stream. He's not doing anything but playing the game. But Jasmine's actually making money for what she's doing. Why you won't grab your son and see what's wrong with him and figure out why he's so whiny? Or better yet, Chris, why don't you just leave the room and let Jasmine have a conversation with her audience without your son screaming and hollering in the back. I'm sorry, y'all. That is the most hollingest little boy. My goodness.
Go to the cars. Put them on the floor. Put them on the floor. Put your cars. Put the cars on the floor and race them on the floor. Stop trying to do it in the bed. So as far as like I'm doing all I can, I am doing all I can. Especially we're both doing all we can when it comes to this situation. And
I agree, our family.
At first I was kind of just like I reported whenever I felt like it was serious enough, but now it's just like, no, we're gonna move differently with this situation because now that we know what individual is, they document their self-harassing us. Now we know that. Now we gotta face to the information.
Right, LaToya.
So we're doing all we can as far as that situation is. Update on the drug test. I haven't got any update yet. I'm pretty sure CPS will give us a call when we do get an update because they are the ones that got billed for it. If you're not familiar, if somebody makes a drug accusation on you, and you go to take a drug test and they try to tell you that you gotta pay, no, make them pay. Because going to urgent care, urgent care is out of pocket.
Urgent care is not out of pocket, Jasmine. Urgent care takes commercial insurance. Urgent care takes Medicaid. Depending on which one if with Medicaid you have, if they're contracted with that urgent care. In your situation, yes, CPS would be billed for that drug test because more than likely, if CPS sent you to get a drug screen, they sent you to a clinic that they have a contract with. CPS is not going to ask you to pay for a drug screen that they're requiring that's court ordered. The state's going to pick up that tab. Poor thing.
Right. My drug test came back dirty. Y'all, like, right. She said she wouldn't have her kids. I can't believe somebody said I did drugs. That shit's crazy. All because I'm eating.
She never gives that boy, based on what you just said, Angela, she needs to put the camera down and teach that boy his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. I never hear him counting or saying the alphabet. I mean, let's be honest, y'all. When do you ever see Jasmine giving that boy anything educational to play with? She lets him play with the tripod. She probably let him play with the camera. That's probably how it's broke. She probably give him her car keys to play with. You never see anything educational or fundamental in that little boy's hand. He's dragging something on the floor. He got a car or a truck in his hand, which he's a little boy. They play with those. But again, he's in his learning stages. So why aren't you allowing him? Because it sounds like he's saying mama and dada. Okay. So if he's saying those words, I'm pretty sure if Chris and Jasmine as a collective work with him more, he'll probably say, mama, get off YouTube.
Let me not eat on camera no more because people are like, no, you know what? It's crazy. I'm not even gonna say that because I shouldn't have to act fake on camera. No, here. I shouldn't have to act fake on camera to the point where, I would get beat up for eating on camera. Babe, what did you give me that day? Was it ribs or sausage? It was something like that. And y'all took that and said that I was sniffing the white stuff. Like, what? That is crazy. I ain't never had to do no drug test, but that was my first time doing a drug test as far as because somebody said something, which is crazy. But you know what? It's gonna come back and bite them in the ass. I can't see the comments. I don't want to stay and do this. They make up shit and stay looking stupid. They do. I agree, lipstick pimp. Yes, I have some information. Yes, ma'am. Sprite. Sprite.
Y'all said Jasmine wasn't even chewing when she came back on camera. Is that what you said, Miss T. Lou? Well, since you know Jasmine typically inhales and swallows. She typically don't chew. Y'all haven't seen Jasmine eat before. The girl really don't chew. She inhales the food and then swallows.
She said, just be mindful on how much you share. Amber said, just be mindful how much you share on your next step. That's why I don't. A lot of y'all probably like, where you been at? Why you haven't been posting any content? I haven't been because, like you said, being mindful of what I share and how much I share. So that's why I'm kind of just going with the flow.
Jasmine's not telling. Lonnie Love said, she said her test is negative, but she just said she hadn't gotten her drug test results back. And how is that? Only she had to take a drug test, but there are 2 adults in the home. Well, because apparently the allegations were called in for her, not necessarily him, because they said they saw her. Again, sis, Lonnie Love, you definitely are correct, sis. But we always got to remember who's the storyteller of this story. Now, as far as the results coming back, drug results typically take about 24 to 48 hours, if that long. All she got to do is call the caseworker. If y'all, let me tell you something. Don't listen to Jasmine, because she don't, half the time her stories get so boggled up in her head. I don't even think half the time she really even knows what she's saying.
Exactly. She said if she was sniffing, she wouldn't be able to function. I was talking to y'all fine throughout the live stream. I was talking to y'all fine, and you saw me smacking. You saw me chewing, not smacking. You saw me chewing. It's crazy.
So Black and Bougie said, I don't think she's on drugs. I just think she's lazy. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what that girl's on. I'll say this. Whatever she on, it doesn't affect me. So she could be over there Nino Brown in it. Okay? For all I really care. I'm going to just be real honest with y'all. Whatever that girl do in her leisure is her damn business, you know? But as far as is she on it? I would just say, for the sake of herself and her children, I hope she not.
Because someone said that I chew like a cow. So you saw me chewing food. And you said, oh, no. She's doing drugs. I heard her. You heard the foil rattle. The foil. It's crazy that, I was even saying to the lady that came to the house, I said, now here's the video. Look, here's the video that they said I'm doing drugs. Here's my actual content. And it's just like, oh, okay, now I see it. Because people like to cut shit off and make stuff their content and give false accusations, titles, all that. So if you see any titles that saying she's doing drugs, she's abusing, report that, because that's false information. That's a lie. I don't care if you are using it for content. It's still a lie. You're still using me for content, but you're lying on me. They saw you chewing like a cow, but yet they still watch. That's what I don't get. It's not chew like a cow. I don't hide anything. I showed y'all, like, I don't care if people say I eat a certain way. I don't care. That don't bother me. I look a certain way. It is what it is. From what I see, you functioning very well, because I do not do drugs. So yes, I am functioning very well. Yes, that is. Yes, it's slander. Yep. Slandering my name, my brand, everything. Legend is like,
Jasmine, you have a brand? Where is it at? I haven't seen it. What's the brand? Levi, Jordache, Gloria Vanderbilt, Calvin Klein. I mean, sis, what's your brand? Oh, no, really, sis. What's your brand, Jasmine? Sis, you don't have a brand. What chaos and confusion? You coming out with some chaos and confusion, tennis shoes, jumpsuits, leggings, biker shorts. Like, sis, I'm sorry. Jasmine is a lady who puts videos up on YouTube. That's it. There's no brand over there. If there ever could have been a brand, She messed that up years ago. Now, one thing I could say, at one point she could have branded with Dollar Tree for pregnancy tests, but she doesn't do that as much anymore.
He likes to race cars. I was telling Bae, I was like, we gotta give him a race car track. He likes to race cars, and but of course they all like cars like this big, so they're not gonna go. And he tried to race them all at one time. They're not gonna all go, but put them on the floor, and then you can line them up. I had lined them up for him on the floor. Thank you, the reaction chick. She said you're beautiful. You can sue them for defaming you. Yes, so defamation of character is something that you can sue for. I'm tired of getting all that shit. What's up with the lawyers? I know lawyers send my way. Fuck all that. We already know all that. We looking for lawyers. Someone said,
wait, what? Chris, you looking for a lawyer? What you need a lawyer for? You got some pending cases somewhere? Chris, let me tell you something. If somebody got a lawyer, what is there to lawyer for? There's nothing going on over there. Whatever Jasmine got going on, she needs to learn how to cease it. Okay? Chris said, bring the lawyers. He said all lawyers on deck. Any lawyers in the chat? Nah, but it definitely is a lot of man daddy reporters if it ain't any lawyers.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh, Lord, Jasmine.
Judge Mathis, he's always calling someone a crack. You know what I mean? That's that judge that be on like Fox 7, right? I don't trust nothing that has anything to do. Put them on the floor with bullshit so you can line them up. Look, like this right now. Give me your cars. Give me your car. Line them up. It's like if you can see one person that's doing something, and they want to join and do it as well. That shit lame as fuck. You know, and that's what we talk. I told. Oh no, let me go real quick. Because he wants to line all his cars up and push them. So Chris said that people see one person basically bullying us, and they. I ain't saying that. I said that they see one person doing the most, doing the extra. Yeah. So.
You see how Chris just cut her off? Chris said, I ain't say none of that. Let me play that back. We'll run that back.
You know, and that's what we talk. I told. Oh no, let me go real quick. Because he wants to line all his cars up and push them. So Chris said that people see one person basically bullying us, and they. I ain't saying none of that. I said that they see one person doing the most, doing the extra shit, and they want to do it too. Yeah. So I call it bullying because I feel like
you call it bullying, Jasmine, because you like the empathy and sympathy of the internet. Okay. Chris said, I ain't say none of that. Chris said, if you gonna repeat what I said, say it right. Okay. But Chris probably said, but we know you struggle with doing things like that. Chris, baby, when I tell you that man, I don't get it. That man has as much patience as he's gonna have with Jasmine, and she don't even see it. Like his interactions with her is just like, I don't know. It's I don't know if he's waiting for a chance to jet or something. Because listen to y'all. Okay, so think about it. Listen to what we listen to on the internet, and we just get snippets of what Jasmine probably talks about all day long. All the kids, I don't know if the kids are they back in school yet, or maybe they were over their dads. I don't know. Legend was the only one there. But he probably does need to take a nap, Miss Chin. But Jasmine's too busy spilling her heart out to the internet in hopes that someone will feel so sorry for her and send her money like some poor thing. And you know what? Even the people who support her in her chat, my opinion is they're probably sitting there like, well, Jasmine, I mean, sis, you don't have to do YouTube. Like, you can do it, but you don't have to do it every day. Let's be honest, y'all. She don't even really do it every day, you know? Um, and the fact that the people in her chat were basically insinuating that Liv's Life could be the one calling. Here's the thing, y'all. Don't nobody know who's calling. If anybody is calling, the only person that knows who's doing that is the person who is doing it, right? Jasmine will assume certain things are going on. But my thing is this. She doesn't think that Liv's Life would be capable of calling CPS, sending pizzas to her house. But Liv's Life was capable of coming on the internet telling your business that you and Chris was over there in a DV situation. She was capable of doing that, but you don't feel like she's capable of anything else. Liv's Life was capable of coming on the internet, telling the business that you all did in Houston on the Mamiana trip. She was capable of, now I'm not saying Liv's Life is calling, but I'm saying anybody is capable of doing it. The fact that she just adamantly refuses to believe that Live Life is capable. Live Life showed how much a friend she was to you a couple of months ago when she came on the internet and blasted your personal business with you and your ninja over there, ma'am. So at this point, she's definitely capable of doing anything. Like Chris said, I don't trust nobody.
You gotta line it up. So I feel like what a lot of people have been doing on this platform is that they see one person just harassing or just doing the most, like he said, and then they turn around and they're like, well, I can't support this person, so let me jump on a bandwagon. Stop. Let me jump on a bandwagon and make money off of it. No.
Okay, y'all. Look, we gonna Stinkabug. I mean, we gonna have to let that go, okay, for a moment, because her and Stinkabug and that crying and then whining, instead of her just realizing, not even her, Chris, realizing that the baby is fussy, he playing the game, she on the internet repeating her redundant conversation, and the baby is in arrested development. Nobody wants to take care of the baby. I said, so here's the thing, y'all. I don't really know what to say anymore about Jasmine and her debacles over there. This is going to be Jasmine until the day she decides that she no longer wants to be on YouTube, or YouTube decides they no longer want her on this platform. Okay. This is going to be her storyline. It's always going to be damsel in distress. Okay. That's what it's always going to be. You can't really expect any more from Jasmine, because Jasmine's not a positive person. She's a very negative individual, right? And that's why positive things don't happen for her, because she's so negative about everything she does. She's even negative about the thing she loves the most, which is YouTube. Now, again, I'm not saying that you should be happy that somebody allegedly is harassing you on the internet. But again, Jasmine should know what to do to curb that situation, right? We've all suggested many things to this lady, but for the oddest reason, Jasmine refuses to take a different route. Y'all got to understand, Jasmine exudes drama. Her channel has been drama since I've been watching her. For some odd reason, she thinks that's the recipe for YouTube. But even people who were into the drama, like they initially did drama to get the views to their channel, and once they got the views and the subscribers, they moved on to something else, because y'all, drama is very draining. Imagine sitting around listening to Jasmine complain about the internet every day, all day. That's probably why Chris half the time don't even be there, because he don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. We listen because we just try to be nosy. But for the most part, y'all, we don't even want to hear it. Let y'all with all that whining. I can't. Yes, Laker, that baby cries way too much. It's ridiculous at this point. He cries way too much, and she, Jasmine, to me, she's not a real attentive mom, because a mother who's attentive would stop what they are doing and attend to their child. She never does that. She feels like, oh, the internet know I'm a mom. The internet knows I'm a baby. But when do you say, okay, you know what? My baby is fussy. I've been on here for 30 minutes already, you guys. I'm pretty much repeating myself. I'm gonna talk to y'all another time. Let me go take care of my baby. Why can't she ever do that? He whines because he can't express himself. Well, let's be honest, sis. He's only going on two. I'm not expecting Legend to be over there, like giving us whole paragraphs. You know what I'm saying? He's only two. He's going to be kind of selective with his word choices, even at what he'll be two in November. Um, and he probably is somewhat frustrated because he can't really express himself. But again, I don't expect for him to have a very large vocabulary at 2 years old. She also tunes out all the screaming and crying. She does. Tanya D said, girl, that's too much like right. He gets no attention. That's why he whines. I think he gets no attention. I think the reason why that Legend whines like that is because Jasmine doesn't redirect his behavior. Y'all remember Aiden did the same thing too. She doesn't redirect the behavior. Now, the thing with Aiden, he didn't have a man in the home at the time. His daddy was in jail. But Chris is there. The fact that Chris is letting him whine like that, it's a little boy, right? You would think he'd be like, come here, man. What's wrong with you? Kind of, toughen this little boy up a little bit. Come here, come talk to daddy. What's the problem? You know, Chris so busy playing with that game, he's not even being attentive to his child, especially when he see that his mother is busy. Elizabeth said, Tasha, because this is her life and she talks about the reactors eat, sleep, and breathe her, but it's the other way around. She should be thanking you all. At the end of the day, she did mention in this live that, people want her life. Yeah, we've talked about that before. I don't want to keep repeating that because if somebody wants her life, that's great. I don't need Jasmine's life. I have my own. Okay. Jasmine would need to catch up about 20 years to catch up to me. Okay. I don't want her life. Whatever she got going on over there, that's great for her. But the reality is Jasmine needs to understand that if she wants a viable YouTube channel, you know what? I was going to say she really needs to change her behavior on the internet. But in my opinion, I think it's too late for her. Y'all, she's been doing this stuff for over a decade. That's a long time. I don't think Jasmine will ever get it because again, she exudes drama and negativity. She just exudes it. I can't stand a dude who play video games. No one in their right minds would want her life. Hibbs doesn't have a paternal instinct. He doesn't see his kids as versions of him. They're burdens in his eyes. And that's true, Black and Bougie, because again, you as a man and you see your little boy crying like that, and I'm just going to assume it really shouldn't be a reason. He's not hurt. Maybe he's wet, hungry, tired. But again, why not you as an attentive dad pick up your child because his mom is busy and see, again, the reason why Chris did not do that or doesn't do that, because Chris doesn't think YouTube is important. He obviously lets Jasmine do YouTube because that's how she generates her income. But Chris he holds no validity in YouTube, none whatsoever. So again, if Chris doesn't appreciate what you do, in my opinion, he don't too much appreciate you as well because it's you who is doing it. They're almost okay. Yes. So I don't know, you guys. I just wanted to react to that part of the video. At this point, whoever Jasmine wants to assume is calling her family members or calling her, coming on the internet, addressing it every time it happens, doesn't make it stop, sis. If anything, it makes it even worse. I agree, TMR. It's too late for her. She had a few times to change the direction of her channel, and she chose to continue the drama instead. She's not even respected in the sector. No, she's not. And I'm going to tell you when Jasmine could have changed her channel. When Philip went to jail and Jasmine moved out of her mom's house and moved into her apartment, officially, that was Jasmine's first time living on her own. Her first time, meaning with no parents, no man. It was just Jasmine and her 4 kids at the time. That was the opportunity at that moment. Jasmine could have changed her channel, but she chose to link up with other chicks on the internet who had a bunch of drama going on, and she thought that that would influence her channel as well too. And she did get subscribers and she did get views. But again, because she continues to keep the negativity on her channel. That's what you're going to keep drawing, sis. If you guys notice Candy Poo vlogs, excuse me, guys, Candy Poo vlogs, she got damn near 200,000 views on that video that she put out that told us that her husband cheated on her and been cheating on her for years. If you look at her comments, and it's so many, she has thousands of comments over there. But I looked through a lot of her comments just to see what the consistency was in the conversation. She experienced no negativity. Although a lot of people felt like she was very naive and foolish to stay in a relationship that was mentally abusive to her for 14 years. I myself thinks that too. However, the people in her comment section had a lot of empathy and sympathy for her situation, because Candy Poo is not drama filled. If Chris left Jasmine tomorrow and Jasmine did a video about it 2 months from now, telling her truth that Chris is no longer in the house, there wouldn't be a tear in the room for Jasmine. Not one. Because the opportunity Jasmine's had to be transparent with her situation with Chris, when Olivia came out here and spilled her business, she had the opportunity then. She chose not to take it, obviously, because she chose to stay with Chris. But she wouldn't get the same reception that Candy Poo got with her video. She just wouldn't. You think it's generational with her? It's in her bloodline. It's how she was raised, how her mom and grandma were raised, etc. She is way too comfortable and not elevating and scraping by. Exactly. Well, Chris told us in the video that Jasmine not making any money. He said, yeah, she got a lot of subscribers, but y'all get that misconstrued with the fact that she getting money. He said it ain't like that over here. So there you have it. Chris told us out his own mouth. That girl ain't making money like that. He said it. Jazz would get so many views if she told her truth about being with the imp instead of acting like she don't know. Yeah. That's true, sis. Yeah, once people lose basic empathy for you, it's over. It is. It is. And that's the thing. People don't have empathy and sympathy for Jasmine. They just don't, for the most part. I mean, obviously, there's a trickle, a few people that do. But Jasmine, at times, she seems very weak. Instead of being very strong, people are typically more attractive to the strong trait than the weak trait of people, right? If Jazz stopped entertaining the BS, it would be good, but she likes to entertain the BS. Right. So because Jasmine likes to entertain the BS is what she's always going to deal with. Let's be honest, y'all. She thrives on that. Go back and look at some of her old videos. You ain't even got to look at the videos. Just look at the titles. The titles alone will tell you what type of mindset that girl has. I agree, Elizabeth. Right. She always fumbles the opportunity to do better. She's truly stuck and stagnant, but that's all her fault. It's been years of BS. Folks are tired. Yeah, people are definitely tired of her. Even her chat in that live, her chat wasn't really, oh my God, Jasmine, they called your grandmother. Child, they was over there like, well, Jasmine, we'll talk to you later, sis. Hope everything gets better for you. Like, the people definitely was not here for it. All right, y'all, that's my time. I'm starting to get a little hoarse because I've literally been talking all day. I apologize for all the technical issues. I'm going to see what's going on. Not tonight, but I'm definitely going to check tomorrow to see why I didn't have audio when I went live. I'll figure it out. But I appreciate you guys hanging in with me. I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Excuse me, y'all. And I'll definitely see you in the next one. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.